Meri Brown is back in person for Fridays with Friends with her BFF, Just Jen. She shared some sentiments that she has for people who are wanting to assign blame for what has transpired in their family over the last few weeks. In addition to that, Mykelti has addressed what she thought of the photos from Garrison's military memorial becoming public. We have a lot to talk about. Let's get into today's video. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. Let's first start off with what Mykelti had to say. As you have all probably seen by now, the Nevada National Guard shared photos from a military memorial service that was held to honor the memory of Garrison Brown. Mykelti was asked in her last live watch-along if the family was aware that those photos were going to be published, and Mykelti said that she did not. She mentioned that many of the siblings were very upset by the release of the photos. She went on to say that they were aware that the National Guard took photos, but she had assumed that because they were a public family, perhaps they wouldn't be posted in a public forum. I discussed this in my members live last night. I had seen on Reddit someone comment who was a military documentarian of some kind who had working knowledge of these kinds of events that anyone depicted in these photos would have had to sign a release for the National Guard to have gone and published them. So just my own speculation, but I would think that the administrator who is in charge of posting would have probably given at least Janelle a heads up. I would hope that that would be a courtesy extended to any military family having a service held for their loved one. Now, whether that information was disseminated throughout the entire family, I don't know. We know this family historically are terrible communicators. Another question Mykelti fielded was whether or not Sister Wives was coming back in the spring. Mykelti said she couldn't answer that because she would get in trouble, but she held her finger to her nose just like this. I'm not really sure what that is supposed to indicate. Maybe it's like in Pictionary when someone is onto something and you tap your nose to let them know they're on the right track. At any rate, the person who asked the question said they were going to take that as a yes, and Mykelti did not dispute it. Suffice it to say, Sister Wives Season 19 is happening. Now, a lot of people have varying opinions on whether or not the show should go on. Well, it is going to go on. And like I've said in previous videos, that leaves viewers with their own choice of whether or not they want to watch the show going forward. Since the family is still very much intent on continuing the show, this channel is still going to cover the goings on with the Browns, and I am going to do my very best to do it as respectfully as possible to Garrison's legacy. Mykelti, Christine, and Meri have all fielded criticism for resuming their various social media presences. All of them have defended themselves, and honestly, I am supportive of them. I am not here to tell anyone the proper way to grieve because there is no proper way to grieve. Anytime a family member even mentions Garrison's name, they have to pause and they get choked up. To me, it's evident that all members of this family are forcing themselves to put one foot in front of the other. I was just rewatching Meri's Friday with Friends. I never catch these things live. I'm always part of the replay crew, so I didn't see the comment that elicited this statement from Meri, but she decided to flat out address some of the criticism that she's been seeing.
And I know a lot of our family has received a lot of judgment, which is really sad. Like, I don't understand that.
I think that's the last thing that anybody needs right now when they're already dealing with this loss. So
yeah, I mean it's tragic enough. And also, nobody is to blame, Kelly Ann. I'm just gonna say that right now. Okay, those of you, I'm just gonna say it like it is. Okay, there are things that different members of our family have done that maybe are not quite so stellar. Okay, and that doesn't matter. But nobody should ever put any blame. Ever. I don't care that I'm not married to Kody anymore. I don't care that I may or may not have a relationship with him. Okay? But nobody should ever put any blame on somebody for dying. That's disgusting. Oh, I know. You tell them. You tell them. She's telling you too. Like this makes me really mad. I was not going to go into this today, but since it was brought up, that one I really have a problem with. Don't put blame on anybody dying. That's disgusting. It is literally disgusting. It's a sad and tragic event, and he is mourning the loss of his son. So for you guys to do that, I find repulsive.
One thing is for certain, I don't envy the position the Browns are in. Publicly grieving a loss like this, it is an incredibly difficult thing, and I think most viewers and fans of the show have been doing a good job of showing their support for all of the family members right now. But I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I am experiencing a bit of cognitive dissonance at the moment. You know, Madison went on her Instagram squarely assigning the blame, so to speak, on mental health issues. She wanted to make it clear it wasn't bullying or any one thing that caused Garrison to do what he did. I believe her when she said that. She knew her brother better than any of us who didn't know him at all, and I take her at her word. I saw that one of the Sister Wives subreddits actually went private or it went offline or something because of all the infighting going on with everyone's opinions on everything that's been going on. Some people don't think you could comment on anything right now, like seating choices or who did or did not attend the military memorial, or else that shows the kind of person you are. And I'm just here to say that we all need to be a bit more realistic here. And this is where my cognitive dissonance comes in. No, I don't think it's warranted, helpful, or proactive to be shouting blame towards any member of the family, or the fact that this family decided to participate in a reality TV show. I think Madison is right. The issues are so much more complex than being any one person or any one thing's fault. With that being said, the week after Garrison's passing, I rewatched that season 18 dinner at Garrison's house, and I made the comment in my Facebook group that if you are actively trying to not point fingers or assign blame, do not watch that episode. This would not be helpful if that is the journey that you are on. The family dynamics of the Brown family, which the adults put on our screen for 14 years, 18 seasons, are completely fucked up. This is not a healthy family dynamic. That is objectively true. It would be disingenuous and unrealistic to expect viewers to just ignore what has happened in the last couple seasons of the show. And if the Browns choose to continue to film, I have to imagine the elephant in the room, Kody's relationship with his family members, specifically his sons, is going to be addressed. I believe two things can be true at once. I believe we can continue to talk about the show, what has happened on it in context to what has transpired in real life, while not assigning blame to anyone. I don't believe this was Kody's fault. I don't believe this was Robin's fault. And I also believe that both of them contributed to an extremely toxic family environment. Those are my two things that I believe to be true at once. Do I believe the seating at the memorial service was very telling? Yeah, I do. Janelle was in a protective cocoon made by her boys. I thought that was very sweet. Grandma Janelle and David Woolley seemed to be tasked as buffers for the rest of the family between them and Kody and Robin. It's been less than a month since Garrison's passing, and it doesn't look like anyone in this family is heading towards a reconciliation. There's no excuse on the planet I could fathom being acceptable for the absence of Robin's kids from this memorial service. Saul and Ari are 8 and 12. There were children younger than that present at this service. To me, there is something sinister feeling about their absence, and it's not because they weren't wanted by the rest of their siblings or other family members, but that's just my opinion. It will be interesting to see how season 19 unfolds, that is for sure. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. Be sure to check out my second channel, Sarah Spills. A link for that will be in the description of this video. Follow me on Instagram, Threads, and X at Reality Squad, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a good one. Much love.